Plano, Texas is a thriving metropolitan city located 18 miles north of Dallas in Collin County. Founded as a cotton farming community on the vast Blackland Prairie, Plano grew to a bedroom community with a population of nearly 18,000 in 1970. Today, over 260,000 people and major corporations have chosen Plano as their place to live, work, and play. So how did a small suburb of North Texas become a nationally and internationally known destination in just a few short decades? Well, the seeds of Plano's rapid growth and popularity were planted in the vision of Plano's early leaders. This vision of Plano's future was backed by sound planning that incorporated amenities and open spaces to meet the recreational needs of residents of different ages, cultures, and ability levels. The Plano Parks and Recreation Department oversees 80 parks on almost 4,000 acres of land. In addition, more than 2,000 acres are set aside for open space preservation. The department's 185-member team is responsible for a variety of areas and facilities, including 5 recreation centers, 81 tennis courts, 65 miles of hike and bike trails, 2 golf courses, 197 athletic fields, 7 cricket pitches, 168 miles of on-street bike routes, and 1 very busy dog park. Each year, people register for over 7,000 classes and programs through Plano's Leisure Online website, which logs nearly 2 million hits annually. But Plano Parks and Recreation is about more than just statistics involving recreation centers, land, and classes. It's about people, both the people who work in Plano Parks and Recreation and the patrons whose quality of life is enhanced by the department's efforts. In 2009, Plano residents showed their support for the program by approving a Parks and Recreation bond referendum for over $72 million. As a result, major enhancements have been made, including the redesign or renovation of several facilities, the installation of on-street bike signage, and the purchase of 165 acres of additional land for 2 future community parks. The impact of continued development can be seen in several major corporations' choice to move their headquarters to Plano. The Plano Parks Master Plan has served as the blueprint for the creation of the beautiful parks and facilities that have helped create the high quality of life that Plano residents enjoy today. First adopted in 1977, the plan has been updated 7 times. It establishes the criteria for the location, design, and development of all park and recreation facilities after public input and final approval by the Parks and Recreation Planning Board, Planning and Zoning Commission, and City Council. Over the last 5 years, the Parks Master Plan has laid the groundwork for the completion of several major projects and facilities, including the Carpenter Park Recreation Center renovation and expansion.
I didn't learn to swim until I was 59 years old. I was always deathly afraid of water, but I wanted to do an Ironman race, and that requires swimming. I've been coming to this facility since it opened, doing my swim training and practicing, and I'm 72 years old now, and I've completed 10 half Ironman races and 9 full Ironman races.
In 2011, Plano Parks and Recreation celebrated the opening of a completely redesigned Pecan Hollow golf course.
We went through the process of trying to utilize the property the best way we could to create the features and the amenities that the city were looking for. They wanted an outstanding practice area. They didn't have that before. We added a chipping green and bunkers. We also added a 5-hole pitch and putt course, or short course. Outstanding for kids learning the game, seniors, ladies, families. That's something that really no one has around here.
All of this work was completed while making every effort to preserve and improve the natural landscape of the course. Pecan Hollow is also certified as an Audubon Cooperative Sanctuary for use of chemical reduction and water testing. Maintaining natural surroundings for the enjoyment of Plano's residents is the main goal behind Oak Point Park and Nature Preserve. This 800-acre urban oasis opened in 2009, 10 years after the 200-acre Arbor Hills Nature Preserve opened on the other side of the city. The initial master plan for the park included an amphitheater, retreat center, and several miles of 12-foot wide concrete trails. As a result of citizen input gained through the neighborhood roundtables and focus group meetings, 5 miles of paved trails were changed to soft surface trails. Volunteers participating in the department's Walk It In program helped establish the trails by walking along marked routes. The soft trails allow pedestrians to have a more intimate experience with nature.
As parents raising a family in a big city, my wife and I love the fact that Plano Parks and Recreation had the vision to set aside large tracts of natural landscape for future generations to enjoy.
The bicycle transportation plan is another example of extensive planning efforts with bicycle organizations such as Bike DFW, the Dallas Off-Road Bicycle Association, business representatives, and other city and county officials. In 2011, Plano implemented the on-street bike routes that traverse 168 miles and serve as a key piece of the multimodal transportation plan. As part of the on-street bike project, 3,000 signs have been installed to mark the routes and make bikes an easier and safer way to commute to work and other cities. Plano Parks and Recreation has responded to the interest of its evolving culture. Since 2004, Plano's Multicultural Outreach Roundtable and the Plano Table Tennis Club have partnered with the Parks and Recreation Department to host the World Peace Table Tennis Tournament. The event uses the fun of a fast-paced ping pong game to promote a greater appreciation of cultural diversity. In addition to traditional adult sports, Plano Parks facilities host international sports such as badminton and cricket. Community partnerships also help bring recreational opportunities and other events to groups of all ages while avoiding duplication of efforts with private and nonprofit organizations. Plano's older adults enjoy games, dances, and a variety of social activities at the nationally accredited Senior Recreation Center. To help meet the needs of this growing segment of the community, plans are in place to expand the center. The Wellness Center for Older Adults also operates out of this facility. This organization provides access to counseling, Medicare information, free medical equipment, and support groups, as well as co-hosting an annual health fair. Each year, Plano Parks Therapeutic Recreation Division coordinates the efforts of 30 volunteer arts groups to host the annual Very Special Arts Festival. The event allows children of all ability levels to enjoy and participate in music, dance, and arts and crafts experiences. Other classes include adaptive aquatics, adult education programs, camps, and social outings. Plano also joins forces with youth sports groups to host leagues and tournaments. These groups donate funds to improve city facilities or construct their own facilities on city park land. As a result, indoor gym space, field improvements, and swimming pool construction costs have been supplemented. Partnerships across the city have also helped the Parks and Recreation Department meet the challenges of continuing to provide first-class facilities and programs. Plano Parks and Recreation staff aren't just making an impact internationally. Their efforts are helping to improve both the City of Plano organization as well as the larger community. The city's Volunteers in Plano, VIP, matches volunteers with city departments who have a need for supplemental workers. In 2011, volunteers worked 91,748 hours with a value of nearly $1.7 million. Volunteers assist in creek and park cleanup efforts, recreation program assistance, emergency planning, and handicap parking enforcement. The success of Plano's VIP program has garnered international attention as a model for other countries.
We have a thing that the Prime Minister in the UK, David Cameron, is very keen on that he calls the big society, which is the idea of sort of shrinking the state and having a bigger society, essentially more people doing things for themselves, which translates largely into more volunteering. So having heard that Plano has this amazing volunteering scheme that's been going for quite a long time, it's very successful, I've come here to have a look at it basically and see whether it's the kind of thing that could work in the UK.
Parks and Recreation Department team members have participated in the City of Plano's Management Preparation Program. This succession planning program was developed to help the city address the concern of an aging workforce by identifying and providing training for future managers. The result of their work has led to the creation of several programs, including a senior transportation program, a sustainability department, and a program designed to identify and secure additional revenues. Under this new program, the sponsors contribute $1 million over 5 years. Texas Health Presbyterian of Plano is the first to enter an agreement with the city. In return, they will host free monthly health screenings. Just as Plano's management preparation program helps the city look towards the organization's future, the Plano Parks and Recreation Department is also keeping a keen eye on preserving the community's historic past. The Interurban Railway Museum provides visitors with an interactive look at early 20th century transportation each year through a partnership with the Plano Conservancy for Historic Preservation. Under the guidance of the Texas Historical Commission, renovation of the historic Cox Building has provided space for 2 performance theaters. The Plano Parks and Recreation Department has brought together an innovative mix of first-class programs and facilities enhanced by technology, community participation, and partnerships to continuously improve the quality of life of its residents. No doubt, Plano Parks and Recreation's team will continue to look for innovative ways to expand facilities, programs, and open spaces to ensure future generations will always have the opportunity to play in Plano.
I play in Plano!